Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Talk Nonsense podcast, season 2, episode 2. These ones are coming thick and fast and thick. Is that the right way to say it? I suppose it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, of course, I am joined by Callum Nicol, a co-host of mine on this show, a 50% owner of this show, might you say? It's not. How much do you think it's worth at the minute?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't even want to put a price on it. My sanity,
Priceless.
if that means anything.
Priceless, absolutely priceless is the word I think we need to be saying. But today, obviously, we're going to speak about the final. We're going to speak about Fury versus Fall, Fury versus Paul, the FIFA Pro XI, which came out today. We've got questions and all the sort of different segments that we've got all involved. But if you haven't already, can you go and subscribe to the channel? Nearly had it then, didn't I? It's fine. Here it is. There it is.
Hey.
My intro seemed a lot less professional than yours because I feel like we seamlessly went into it last week. But obviously, the first point of the first topic we're going to speak about is the final. We spoke about it a lot last week, and everybody seems to have spoken about it already. It's out on Thursday, so it's going to be at least 4 or 5 days after it. Did you watch the final?
I did. Yeah, I watched it with a couple of mates down the local. Horrible watch, really. It was. Hey, do you know what though? I rewatched episode 1 last night. I was at my mum's. She wanted to see how I was getting on with the podcast. I predicted 2-0 Manchester United.
Oh well, what did I say?
That in it. I thought you said 3-1, so it was both pretty close.
Oh well, okay, that's fine. Obviously, as you can see, Harry Maguire, I don't believe played. Did he? I don't think he actually
on
played
for a couple of minutes. Yeah,
right, just to lift the trophy, Terry style. Yeah, I thought Aaron Wan-Bissaka actually probably had his best game that I've ever seen him play. He had an amazing cameo in the second half, but I was really ill. And I hardly watched the game. I woke up in the second half and it was 2-0. We were going to do a live stream on the channel. It's my own fault for being ill, I guess. Is that a fault?
We can't blame you for that, can we?
We definitely will be on at some point. I might even be on this weekend, to be fair. I've got nothing much going on Saturday. But obviously, after that United versus United game, and we spoke about that last week, didn't we? Newcastle United
grinded your gears of it, didn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say a word then that we weren't allowed to say next week. But Newcastle fans do get very touchy about that subject, don't they? About we're the new United. It's like, come on, you need to respect that. Fury versus Paul as well.
Oh God, yeah.
What a day that was.
It was. You know what? It was good because I had to go through the traumatic experience of watching Manchester United win a trophy again. It's been a beautiful 6 years, by the way, but that train has stopped. And then I got home and I thought, I'm going to watch this. I'm really looking forward to it. And then the build-up starts, and it was such a circus, a circus, but in a really fantastic way because you have Michael Buffer, who's the most professional guy to host this sort of event, and he was getting everyone's name wrong and everything. He introduced Tommy Fury twice, and one of them wasn't him. I thought the highlight of the night personally was Badu Jack's fight.
Yes,
he was absolutely brilliant, and for a fighter who's he's about to turn 40, I think, and he's been a champion twice, going for a third run at it. He came up against Carabao, who's really supposed to be a big hitter, was the favourite for the fight, and the plan was that he was just going to knock Badu Jack out and get a really good scalp on his record, but he just boxed the life out of him, and then he came forward and he hit him with his power, and Maccabi had no idea what to do with Badu Jack's game plan, and it was just a really one of those fights where you see Badu Jack on so many undercards and you get so into it, you think, oh, he's always here. I've seen a million of his fights now, and then you start to feel something for him, and then he gets a massive win like that. So it was, that was the highlight, because I thought the main event would be the highlight. Yeah,
it's quite an infamous fight, wasn't it? I don't really know boxing at all, so I'm not going to say anything technically, because what's the point? I'm just like a casual fan at best. Badu Jack, by the way, that sounds like a wrestling name. That's a class name. Yeah. Great name. Great name. Is he Swedish?
Yeah. And he lives in Dubai. He's a weird guy.
Was it Isaac as well?
Isaac,
he's
Newcastle.
Newcastle, class name as well.
Yeah.
Badu Chat, yeah, he's Swedish. Can't believe that. Yeah, yeah. I watched the end of that. Yeah, I didn't realize who were the favorite, who wasn't. I just saw Kai batter another one.
The other fella's
But-
supposed to be really hard hitting.
Oh, okay.
Not so good.
Probably against me, knew it would be.
Well,
obviously,
yeah.
but-
Different story.
yeah. Well, yeah. Who do you think would win in the boxing fight between? Oh, you're definitely going to beat me.
We had a wrestling match at Burton Woodstock last year, didn't we? After
Did we?
on the
I
airbed.
I probably made you win as well because I like being the underdog. That's probably what happened.
Something like
Everyone
that.
likes a story. Everyone likes a storyline, especially myself. But yeah, and trying to deflect the actual fight because it was very boring. I saw more entertainment and more atmosphere in a Colchester under 23s game against Accrington on a soaking field in the middle of the winter. Nobody was saying anything in the crowd. I think that's the issue with it being in Saudi Arabia. It's just doesn't have that sort of feel about it. If it was in the UK or the US, it would definitely be a lot more rich in atmosphere. But I don't know what people expected. Obviously, Jake Paul's a YouTuber turned boxer, and Tommy Fury's fought like 5 times. This is the picture of it here, like we've shown before. Jake Paul's just about as good as his hairline at the minute. To be fair, I feel like Tommy Fury looks good in every photo he's done.
Oh yeah, I think one thing that
Great
Tommy
looking
Fury,
guy.
Yeah, one thing in his corner, he might not have it as a boxer, but he could do anything with his looks. He is an Adonis of a man. He's a very good looking man.
Let's just hope he doesn't get hit in the face too much because he needs it.
I think he might. Yeah.
I thought the crying afterwards was an embarrassment as well. Probably because he's the first time he's been the center of attention. But I don't know. You beat Jake Paul in a split decision.
And he got knocked down.
He did. Yeah, contentious whether he slipped or not. But obviously that's the boxing, talk over because I'm glad you all learned about the boxing then from us experts.
Yeah, our insight is holy, and that's what you should go with.
Eat him hard and eat him well.
To conclude, it was really, really, really bad. And yeah, Tommy Fury won, split decision, got knocked down by Jake Paul. Yeah, not good. Not good. I honestly, the rematch, I don't know why I am going to watch it. Because I think something might one day happen.
You've got to watch it. You can't. But it's like your morbid curiosity. You're just looking behind a camera and you're like, what's going to go happen here?
I put on the Talk Nonsense Twitter after because I got so excited for it. I had a few beers here ready with it on the computer on the Zone or whatever it was.
Yeah,
and I put on the Talk Nonsense Twitter after that first round, completely straight face. That was the worst round of boxing I've ever seen. I was so angry because I had like friends on one side saying, "Oh, it's going to be class. This is going to be amazing," and then I had one mate who his missus actually watched it downstairs and he went to bed, so he didn't have to watch it. He said it's the biggest scam ever. It's going to be the worst fight ever. And I was like, "Oh, you're so miserable." And then it kicked off, and then I was like,
"Fucking hell,
so right." I just want to go to bed. It was awful.
Yeah, you couldn't look away from it though. That's the thing. You just gotta accept that it's gonna be a bit shit, which is absolutely fine. But we spoke about Jake Paul and Tommy Fury for about 5 minutes now because we were struggling for topics. To be fair, till today, something came out today. The FIFA Pro XI men's team. Obviously, there's been a lot of conjecture and a lot of debate about it on Twitter. Anyway. A lot of people angry, a lot of people confused more than anything, but it is down to the professionals themselves. It's the only professional team of the season that they can vote for themselves. So that you can't disagree with professionals essentially. So this is the team. We've got Courtois in net, a back 3 with a front 4. Still
crammed them in there.
Yeah, they could have at least made 2 attacking mids. Do you know
Yeah.
So you got Cancelo, Van Dijk, and Hakimi at the back. We'll gloss over Hakimi from his news today. Casemiro, De Bruyne, and Modric in midfield.
Fucking. Oh yeah,
that's the first thing I thought of. Then you got Mbappe, Haaland, Benzema, and Messi. Obviously, the professionals voted it themselves. I forgot that Cancelo was even a player till today, to be fair,
Yeah.
because obviously he's over at Bayern Munich. I forgot he went over there. He
Mm.
hasn't had a great year. I can't believe he's been picked.
Yeah.
Is there anybody there that's been missed out that you think that could be in there? I'll get the picture up again.
I'm just trying to think. I'm happy with the goalkeeper, of course. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people. It's easy with English football fans, isn't it? So Van Dijk was under the microscope today, but you've got to think about it. It's a year, isn't it? And he nearly won a quadruple in 2022. So
Yeah.
and he was very good during it. Hakimi, yeah, you mentioned something. I read that as soon as I woke up this morning. I'd read it, and then I've completely forgot about it all day until you just.
Okay.
So I was like, "Oh, Hakimi's in there."
If anybody wants to find it out, just Google his name. And
Google,
been allegations essentially about whatever he's been up to. But he did that chip in the World Cup.
Yeah, he probably deserves to be in the team. Don't cancel us, please.
We're not saying anything wrong. We're just saying
we're
something going out
glossing,
there.
as you say. But the rest of the team, let me have a look at that midfield. It was Modric,
Casemiro,
and De Bruyne. Yeah, perfect, isn't it? And then the front four is that's as devastating as it's going to get, isn't it?
So it's very. I think people personally, I think a 3-3-4 formation is what is annoying me most about that whole thing. Haaland's only been good since City, has he? He hardly played. Hardly played for Dortmund, didn't he? Last season,
he had a few injuries, didn't he, with Dortmund?
Yeah.
But I think he's one of those reactionary ones where, because he's doing what he's doing now, and the voting must have took place in the last few weeks or months, and they must have all just been, oh yeah, he's really good. I'll just put him, because I can't imagine. I think that's the biggest topic of something like this. They must get it through the door and be like, for God's sake, go on. And say to the little kid, like the little son, you'd pick. I don't
go on,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you see,
that's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout.
And it's always what I love about it. I saw a few leaked ones from each player, and Van Dijk's had Salah in at second, and vice versa. And Mbappe had Messi, teammates and Neymar and players like this. So they do make me laugh. How
doesn't really mean
I'd like
much,
to
does
know.
It, at the end of the day?
Yeah, exactly. And I think I'd love to know how some of them end up doing the votes, whether they do sit down and really like sweat over it. Could you imagine professional football? Like, who am I going to pick?
And I've got Casemiro, so I can't put another CDM in there. Can't put Rodri. No way. That would overload the centre midfielders. Yeah, imagine we need inverted fullbacks at either side, so we can't have three at the back. 3-4. I would love to see that team against.
I think it'd get beat by. I think there's so many teams that beat that team. You look
just
at
through structure.
Jesus, yeah, structure alone. If you've got a winger, you might win. Just a quick one. I just saw a little pop up whilst we were recording. Then Ivan Toney is trending all over the internet, and I just had a quick little swipe to my left, and he's pleaded guilty to 262 charges of betting allegations.
Oh my God, here it is. Wait a sec. Here it is. It's on the screen. 260. What's it say? Ivan Toney has pleaded guilty in response to many of the right.
That one wasn't, but that one probably was. Yeah.
What's that? What's that? Fivefold? No, that was not me.
Never.
Not me.
I'm not daft enough to do one of those.
Just think, a footballer gets done for 3. I think. What did Joe Barton get? Because
this is it.
Similar.
That was what was going through my head. Like the bans. This was when it first came about, the allegations. I was looking at the bans, and the ban equation of what he's done compared to other players. Like, he'd have to miss 5 years of football. Or something.
I mean, I don't think I've ever done 262 bets, and it's not illegal for me.
I know.
So, why? I don't understand.
When you weigh it, it's a lot of betting, isn't it? And I don't know how far across it is. Obviously, he's not short of money, is he? But
no. It could have been. Maybe, but when he was at Peterborough and stuff like that, Scunthorpe and all that.
If it goes that far back,
I really want to know what they are. Can you imagine
if it's all just on himself? How could you possibly, if it's booking, then that's
Yeah,
really illegal. That's really bad. But
really illegal.
yeah. But if he's just saying like, I'm going to score a hat trick this week, like, come on, that's
Yeah, if you
just
back yourself.
confidence, isn't it? Yeah, you can't force yourself to score a goal, can you? Like, that's just hopeful that you're gonna score.
So where are Brentford in the league? Because they would struggle without him.
Are they
Because let's be real,
Oh,
they're
ninth they
ninth
are.
at the minute. Ninth in a minute, 8 wins, 11 draws. Wow, that's a lot of draws. And 4 losses. Only lost 4 this season. That's impressive. Yeah, he's vital for their team. Because Mbuemo isn't up to the scratch of a Premier League side, I don't believe. Janelt is okay. They're struggling after that, aren't they? And I think he's vital for that team. But yeah, 262 bets is...
you can't do that, mate. You can't do that, Ivan.
Just before I go on to the questions as well, I did say to you before, and I wanted to speak about Southend United quickly. We are 16 minutes in, obviously. Southend United, as we are recording this on the 28th of February, the 1st of March, the HMRC had a £1.4 million fine. I don't know what you call it. He had a winding up order. That was it.
Yeah, they were
basically a club 117 years old, nearly went to the side of Bury and Macclesfield. Obviously, clubs, not just the team, the players, but also the surrounding areas, the community would have been shattered and devastated. Like I know a lot of Bury fans are. I know a lot of Macclesfield fans are. So to have a club like that so close to being, thrown off the cliff, aside in 2007 who were in the Championship, so it's not like they're a small side. The Blackburn played them in League One when that was like 5 seasons ago. So for them to also win 5 out of the last 6 games while not being paid is tremendous and
brilliant.
Worrying also for a side like that, so close to the League Two, to be so close to being expunged, thrown out the league, and well, they're still in the playoffs, so it's weird because they could get promoted this season throughout it all.
And the breaking news is that.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I'm sure there's a good ending to it.
Obviously, we're doing this at 7 o'clock. The deadline was at midnight. No, but you gotta give a cliffhanger, no?
Oh no, but there was a cliffhanger, and then there was no like sequel film.
It was like part 2. We'll see you next week. Obviously, they paid it all off. They paid it all off.
Get in.
I don't know whether they paid all. Yeah. Oh, oh no.
Absolutely.
Obviously, they've not. I don't know whether they paid all the players and stuff like that, but they've paid off the thingy. So there you go. To Ron Martin.
Yeah. On March 1st, the club can confirm the monies owed to HMRC under the petition have been paid in full. Well done, Southend.
Well done, Southend. That's probably the first and last time you'll ever be spoken about on this podcast. But well done, Southend. I don't even know what they play at Roots Hall.
They're the Shrimps, aren't they?
Are they the Shrimps?
Oh, no,
they always are. They always are.
There is a shrimp on their badge, isn't there? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that is Morecambe. Because there'll be some fish, won't there?
That is a shrimp, yeah. They might both be shrimps, I don't know. So if there's a Southend fan that enjoyed the shout out, then just get in touch and tell us what you are.
Yeah, tell us the full story as well.
Or we might just put you in the vault. No, I'm joking.
Oh, imagine after that. Yeah, you paid off. Fuck off. Next up is have we got any questions? Because obviously we left out a couple last week, and yes. I'm sure we would have had another email or two.
We have. We're going to do one this week, aren't we? We're just going to. This is an interesting one. It's pub sports. Well, two of them are pub sports. One of them's a sport for the men before they go to the pub, and it's a tough, age-old question. Steve from Hyde, near Manchester.
Steve, of course, it's Steve.
What's hardest, lads? A 147 in snooker, a 9-dart finish, or a hole-in-one?
Do you ever play snooker?
Pardon. I've tried it a couple of times to play. I'm not very. I play pool once a week actually on a Thursday night. Different sport altogether, really.
Yeah.
Even though they look quite similar. But this debate has been going on Twitter recently. It's had a bit of a climb in popularity. Wayne Mardle, famous darts commentator now, ex-player. has been having it with people online, with like Sean
yeah.
Murphy, the snooker player, about which is harder, not involving the hole-in-one.
Yeah.
Because I think
I
we
think
quickly
hole-in-one's
agree that's the easiest?
Yeah, that's one shot, isn't it? Let's be frank.
That's the easiest, I think, by far.
Like it's really easy.
Oh yeah, no. but I think out of the three, if this is what Sean Murphy, I think it was, the snooker player, said it best. If you had to pick one out of darts, the 9-darter and a 147 to save your life, and you could have 1,000 goes at it, you're picking a 9-darter every day.
Yeah, you are picking a 9-darter if you think of it that way.
Mm.
What we'll change it a little bit because obviously we've said 147, then 9-darter. No, yeah, 147, 9-darter, hole-in-one. What about a hole-in-one or score a 30-yard free kick in a final, Champions League final?
Oh. Is this what's harder, or what would you rather do?
What's harder?
Harder. I think
you've got the same scenario each time. You know, you just keep going at it.
Yeah, I think
Depends.
You could blast a ball top corner, couldn't you?
Yeah, true. You could blast a golf ball.
Yeah, that is very tough. That's different. It's less skill set, isn't it? It's more. Oh, I don't know.
Let us know in the comments below. 30-yard free kick in Champions League final or hole-in-one. But thanks, Steve. Thanks for the question.
Nice one, Steve from Ide.
But next up, we'll go with the John Shirley vaults, and here we go.
Does Southgate want his job back after the World Cup as a domino?
Ha ha ha, I told you so.
You can never ever do
As every nation state's too good at doing with Duffer. Ha ha, you daubers. Stoner and below take a penalty. So watch out, Gareth. The pizzas are coming.
I think I'm never not going to love that, you know. I think it's going to be a favourite of mine for ages.
I know we have something to put in it already, but I've just noticed something that I found in my suitcase the other day, and I haven't used my suitcase since we went to meet up in Preston.
Oh, okay.
And I found something that probably belongs in the vault from a toilet on the night out. I don't know if you can see this. No Calvin Klein.
What the fuck?
No 16.
When did you get that?
The wristband, it's just in the toilet. Some fella in the toilet. Do you want one of these? Yeah, go on. It was either Leeds or Preston.
Preston, yeah. That's horrible.
So maybe we can put that in the vault.
Do you want to put that?
Yeah, can I put that in?
Yeah. We did have something before the vault. A bit more football related, but we could easily put the wristband in the vault.
It's a double balmy week.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're fine. We'll do that. We'll do that. Obviously, here is the vault. Don't say his name.
Who's in it?
It's the stadium, mate. Do you like the picture?
Great picture. Love it.
Look at that shirt. Would you wear that jumper? If audio listeners, it's a player. Horrible, yeah. Both as bad as one another.
Was that not his signing on day?
I think
that's
so,
his first picture, isn't it?
Yeah, I just put Cristiano Ronaldo young, and I thought it'd be funny to. Oh,
no!
Oh, I thought I said something really bad then, and I just realised. I messed up a week one.
Week one.
So
Charlie will be notified later at the quiz, and a forfeit will be announced and performed on Series 2, Episode 3. Of the Talk Nonsense podcast.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you. So obviously, Cal, you can do the what's going to go on the vault next, as well as the 69 bollocks.
Oh yeah, that's in. That's gone. Forget about that.
Yeah.
I might just throw it out the window for. So devastated.
You just looked at me with your eyes, and I was like, "Oh shit, what have I just done there? Why the fuck did I just do that?" Right. Anyway,
we were talking in our group chat from university in the week, and it was something that came up, and I really wanted to put it in the vault this week. Dom agreed.
Yep.
The term rattled, the emoji, fishing rod, and anything inside underneath that umbrella rattled. You've lost your head. You've bitten. Things like this, reeled in, things like that. I hate it. like what we were saying, the logic behind hating it is, of course you're rattled. Of course you are. Like, that is exactly what you've done. You've tried to and succeeded in annoying me with what you've said about my team or a player or something, and you've done it. There isn't a lucky star, or you don't get a cash prize for rattling me or reeling me in with your fishing rod. It doesn't happen.
So what we're not allowed to say the word rattled now, is that
I think so. Is there another word? I feel like there's another word
baited?
that I'm missing out.
Baited? I don't know.
Baited, that's a horrible word.
Yeah, I think ultimately it's like a cheap way of just coming back at someone when you know you've lost a conversation or an argument. It's just so annoying. It's like, oh, of course we're having a discussion here. You can't just put, oh yeah, but it's like saying your mum. You know, like, oh, your mum.
Yeah, your mum.
It's like, okay, cool.
Rattled. I like. Yeah,
rattled.
I am actually.
Hated. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's what you provided towards this conversation, because your point is shit. Like,
yeah, exactly. And then it's just the way that, but they're like buzzing off it. They're like,
yeah, oh, got him, ratio.
Fishing rod emoji. Yeah. No.
Common L.
In the vault. Shirley loves that.
John Shirley would absolutely love that, because that man probably was.
Yeah,
you know.
He'd be like, hello,
last but not
old friend.
Hi, mate. Do you want to join us on the? I still want to get him on the podcast at some point. That'd be chef's kiss. But finally, before the quiz, we're going to do a favourite voice. And what we're going to do this week is we're going to add both of these players to our team, because obviously last year we had random football of the week and we made an 11 out of it. So have you got your player?
Got my player.
Let me just see if it's not looping. It was looping. That's right. It's going to be bad. Yeah, that would have been embarrassing.
Random footballer of the week.
Steve Malbronk. Come on.
Stephen. That's cringe.
Random footballer of the week.
I'm still just devastated from the Ronaldo thing, because I've obviously said it now. Like, I could say it twice, can't I? No, I didn't know how many. If you say it once, there's no. What's the point to say it? Right, from now on.
If it was 3 egg yolks, now it's 6.
All right, okay, cool. Done that before. It's horrible. The consistency.
I don't think it'll be that, because I bet that's horrible. Charlie will do a good one, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, maybe it's points off on the quiz.
Ooh.
But obviously, going into the quiz, we are 5-5 going into after week 1. We smashed it last week. We got every single one right, didn't we?
Yes.
Yes.
It was weird. It was actually 4-4, but then we both answered that it was under no pressure at all. Those semi questions about our own teams, each other's team, and we just added it as a point in the end. 5-5.
Pat ourselves on the back, but obviously we'll go on to the quiz right now. I hope there is a jingle in between. We're trying to figure it out. If it's not someone that we've had before, then it's one of us. It might just be me going, "It's the quiz. It's the quiz."
I like that. It'll be a surprise, nonetheless.
Yeah. If something isn't planned, then something cringe is about to appear right now. So we'll see you with the quizmaster himself, Charlie. And yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's the day he's done it again, that Harry Kane. That fucking dirty little... He's done it again!
Now, you see, I'm talking facts here. I don't do if, buts and maybes. I do absolute twice in the fucking veins, mate! Fucking I'll fight you! Send that to your fucking friends! Let me talk! Let me talk!
We are back, and it is the quiz time with Charlie Skeggs. Everybody, round of applause. There we go. There he is.
Hello, Charlie.
How you doing, mate?
I'm all right. I was I think we've all had a bit of a mad one. Me and Cal looks like we were both rushing back from work or somewhere with a bit of traffic and whatnot. But happy to be here. I'm happy to
What do you mean? It's the same day, even though I'm wearing. I just got a bit cold.
Yeah,
I
I
just wore
put it
some-
to
Oh
As
yeah,
well,
it's the same day. Oh yeah.
yeah.
Do I do that again or?
No, it's fine. But the score is currently 5-5. As you can
Ooh,
see
okay.
on there. Yeah, it's all right.
I like it.
Hopefully the numbers will change after this week because
Yeah.
it's not the start of the last season's pod where me and Cal were on 2-2 after 6 weeks or something like that. It's mental. But we are excited as ever to see what Charlie's come up with because apparently there's another new quiz in store, not just in terms of questions, but in terms of the actual content itself. So I can't believe you keep coming up with different ideas, to be honest with you.
Well, I'll tell you what. As I say, we had a little sort of chat about it, and I thought, well, try to always find ways of evolving and keeping the podcast fresh, and maybe even just improving on it if we can, or certainly trialing things out. And one of the ways I was looking at was I think that we should have a system with these because. Again, some of these questions might be quite hard. So I think that I'm going to introduce a new system. You've heard it here first, exclusive. Hopefully, if we like it, this will be from now on that we're going to have a new system where, a bit like in football to a point where I'm going to ask you guys a question. And if you can get it straight away, you get 3 points. For 2 points, you get 1 hint. And if you need a multiple choice, it's only up for 1 point.
I like it. That's good. I like it. Yeah.
So with that being said, that I've got a little two separate themed rounds. That being said, that system I've just made an exclusive with isn't going to apply to the second round of this part because I know. So it's
fine. It's as chaotic as ever.
But I've got 2 sections here for you boys. I won't introduce the second section yet. So what we've got to start with, I've got a couple of just easy questions for you where that point system will apply, and I'm going to hit you guys with a little bit of fun for the second half. But without further ado, this first round, boys, is all about, given the circumstance at the moment, it's about the FA Cup.
Okay.
I'm knocked out of that ages ago.
I know.
I'm still in it.
Yeah.
So we. So yeah. So I've got a couple of questions each for you boys, and then we're going to have majority of the time is going to be on the second section, which I think we're going to have a lot of fun with. Well, I hope so anyway. But this first section is just a couple of questions on the FA Cup. Now, I can't quite remember. Pardon me, it's 5-5. So I think Dom's gone first the first couple of times.
Yeah, he went first last time, didn't he?
So I think we're going to start with you, Cal, just to change things up. Right. So on Cal, as I say, just to repeat, you have an option to give me one answer straight away for 3 points. If you have no idea, need 1 hint, that goes down to 2 points. And if you still feel you don't, get it, you want extra, you get a multiple choice and you only get 1 point for it. So the first question here is, Cal.
Yes.
When was the first FA Cup final? What year?
Yeah, to a T. I should really. I'm obviously never going to get it, so I should. I might sacrifice.
I've missed the feeding the ducks, by the way.
So yeah. So the first point deduction is what? A clue.
So you get a clue, and then you can either go for it there, or you have to say a multiple choice, and then you can only get 1 point.
Well, I should hear the clue, really, shouldn't I? So I'll go clue, deduct 1.
Right. The clue is it was before the start of the 20th century.
Right, multiple choice. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I wouldn't know the exact year, to be fair. I know a region, but I wouldn't have a clue.
Right, so your multiple choice is this, Cal. It's 1869, 1870, or 1872.
It's funny as well. I did a video on the FA Cup on my channel about 8 days ago, and I included the year, and I've forgotten it.
Oh dear.
What are my 3 choices?
1869, 1870, 1872.
Oh, okay.
God almighty. Just on the basis, I don't even know if any clubs were. weren't Everton like formed in 1878 or something? I go the latest one, the closest, the oldest one. The last is it the last one?
So do you mean the most recent?
The most recent one, I'd say.
That was 1872. Cal, you are correct.
Fuck off.
Yeah. It was 150 years old.
Jesus. Oh, last year was that? Yeah, we was in the final last year. I should have really. Well, I shouldn't. I didn't.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah.
Well done, though.
Because that was going to be my clue, and I thought it might be a bit obvious. So I was going to say we've just celebrated the anniversary, but you might.
Yeah, I just thought.
You got it anyway, Cal.
I thought because like teams like Everton and like older, we were 1892, so it was like it can't have been.
We were 1875, and it was Blackburn Olympic, I think.
Oh.
Well, what I'll tell you is this, boys, because it's a bit of fun. So the first FA Cup final was on the 16th of March, 1872. It was between Wanderers and Royal Engineers, and it took place at the Oval in Kensington.
Just Wanderers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I remember the Wanderers. Yeah.
Where are they from?
Right. So Dom, your question is this, Dom. The first FA Cup final was on the 16th of March, 1872. When was the first final to be played at the original Wembley?
Fucking hell.
You've got to be a little 1 point job of the.
Yeah. Well, it's obviously not the first one.
Exactly.
Yeah, I can't. There's no way I could guess a year. So.
Do you want your clue?
Yeah, I'll have a clue.
So your clue is
I like this.
that this game. It's not really a clue. It's just extra fact that maybe you can tell. This was also the first game to ever be played at the new Wembley as well. It wasn't just the first FA Cup final. It was the first game ever played at the new Wembley.
Right. Or the old Wembley.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. It was new, yeah. The old Wembley. 2012.
There we go. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no more.
Just do it.
Right,
Yeah.
so multiple choice.
the-
Multiple choice is this,
Yeah.
right? It's either 1923, 1928, or 1932.
Ooh, if it was 1928, I think Blackburn won it that year. I remember it well. I'm going to say 1928. What would you say, Cal? What would you have said?
I would have said the latest one again because I'd have thought the World Cup came about in 1930, so I thought they might have made the stadium to compete for a World Cup. That's the only logic I'd have put to it with that.
Not bad,
Dom,
not bad. Yes.
Unfortunately, you are incorrect. It
what
took
was-
place. This is quite a cool one, to be fair. So the first FA Cup to take place final at Wembley was on the 28th of April, 1923.
What?
Yeah.
We're both wrong.
It was, and what's funny about this is that also, even though I'm guessing it is the same team, it was between Bolton Wanderers and West Ham. Now, the thing about this,
they figured out where they were wandering from too.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And they
So it's
they went to
Bolton
Bolton. Wait, they finished in Bolton.
It finished in Bolton, exactly. But it was between Bolton and West Ham. The game finished 2-0 to Bolton. Now, the great thing, the sort of, I think, what's become quite synonymous with this was that it was the first game in the new Wembley. Now, there was only 100, and I'll just get this right. The official attendance was 126,047 people.
Jesus.
However, there was a massive issue, and the police estimated that over 300,000 fans made it into the stadium and ended up sitting on the pitch. So they had to clear about 200,000 fans off the pitch just so they could play the game.
Didn't they in the 70s and the
quality.
80s? Didn't they used to park the cars on that part? I'm sure that's a thing. I'm
There's
sure
something
on
like
the
that.
old Liverpool finals.
Maybe.
I'm sure.
But there was an issue where, I think, from what I was reading, it was like there was just nowhere enough security. The gate, like the ticket system, was shit. So over extra 200,000 people went in, and then because they had nowhere to go, they all just stood on the pitch. They were like, "Well, we can't even play the game unless literally 2/3 of you fuck off," which I think is quite funny. So
Row -B.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, row
It's mad,
halfway
though.
line.
300,000 is crazy. Leeds United.
That's what the police estimated. Right, boys.
You missed that, didn't you? That's fine.
Oh, Leeds United.
Yeah.
I see what's going on. Right, Cal.
Yes.
Yorkshire.
Which club has not only it's the same answer for both, but which club has won the most FA Cups?
Oh, I know this.
But they are also the only team. They're the team that's been in the final most times as well.
I know the answer to this because when we won it last year, I wanted to be the team that had won it the most, and I was really annoyed that we weren't. I think they've won 14 or 15, and it's Arsenal.
Well played, Cal. For 3 points, it is Arsenal. It was 14. I wasn't going to stick you for how many, but it is Arsenal. Arsenal have
how many final appearances have they had?
21, and they've won 14 of them.
Jesus. Sorry about that.
Yeah, exactly, innit? Right, Dom. Your question. So you have a bit of catching up here. However, the final round is going to be good.
It's fine. I'll pay you off next.
You will.
Week.
He always does.
So, yeah.
Dom, who is the top goal scorer in all FA Cups? As in, who's the top goal scorer in FA Cup history?
As in what? As in just any round ever?
No, as in
the most FA Cup goals.
Who scored the most FA Cup goals?
Oh, team.
No, as in a player.
Right.
That's tough because you never really hear that, do you? You never hear he's the most successful.
You always see about people winning finals or scoring in finals. Right.
Yeah.
So it's a striker, I'm guessing.
You can give him that.
I'm going to say some names. I'm not going to say any concrete.
Definitive.
I'll need a clue, but I'm thinking maybe Jimmy Greaves. Maybe someone modern like Drogba. That's a thought. He's won a lot, hasn't he?
I suppose.
That grimace then. Right, I'll need a hint then.
Right, the hint was, I'm gonna say, because I have a few hints here, and I'm trying to think which is the most. All right, the hint is Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Oh, okay. Because
So it's a strike for Liverpool. I'm guessing it was in the 80s. Is it? I'm going to go for 2 points.
Okay, go
Kenny
for it, Tom.
Kenny Dalglish.
Oh, no.
Is he not right?
Striker.
I don't know any strikers for Liverpool at the
Unfortunately,
time. Is he not a striker? No.
As
Is he a
soon as you
winger?
said Liverpool, I thought all the times that they'd won it around that time. Ian Rush.
Oh, of course.
Is it Ian Rush?
It is Ian Rush.
Well done,
It
Cal.
is
Well
Ian
done,
Rush.
Cal.
Fair play, Cal. Ian Rush scored 40 goals and 65 FA Cup appearances.
Wow.
Players with the most
you know what? I'm 4-0 down, but I've been showing these stats, dude.
Yeah.
So
boys.
Kenny Dalglish, was he a winger back in?
Jesus
back then?
Christ, Ian Rush has 40. Frank Lampard's second with 27.
And then it's Shearer.
Oh, so I wasn't far off with Drogba being the Chelsea shout.
Sorry. Eating my dinner at the same time.
It's 4-0.
Is it
for the one and the three? Yes.
Yeah, right. However, and this isn't just for Dom. Honestly, this is genuinely because I had this idea. Right, this next round is going to be and there's no time limit. To be fair, because I'm going to trust you, boys. So I'm not going to press you because I know that I know how this kind of game works. Right, this game is worth 5 points to the person that outlasts the other person. Right.
Hate these.
So what's going to happen, boys, is I'm going to give you guys a topic. I'm going to say you need to name as many certain things as you can, but I'm going to take it in turns because I like the idea that one of you is going to say an answer that the other person was banking on saying, and there's no time limit. I mean, within reason, I'm not going to let you.
Wait, is this the thing where I say I can name 14 things and he goes?
No. So it's not.
So
I'm going to say, right, guys. I need this, and then Dom's going to say, X, and you're going to say B, and then he'll say, whatever. I don't know why I said B. Y makes much more sense. But yes. So, boys, we're going to take it in turns. And actually, I woke up, and I think this is fucking amazing idea. I'm happy with it. More because I was shocked at how many there are. And I love you boys. I think you both know your shit. You're not going to get every single one. So let's just, I'm going to call it what it is.
Okay.
We're going down the rabbit hole of Premier League brothers.
Okay. Are we saying like the brothers' names?
So these are the stipulations for the rules, right? So these are essentially brothers who have played in the Premier League. Now that is Premier League 92 onwards, not in the 70s or anything like that.
God.
So now the rules I've got are they don't have to have played for the same team at the same time, as long as two brothers have made at least one appearance for a Premier League team, right?
I know like one. Do I know?
I just got
one
two in my head. That was
Exactly.
I've got two.
There is. So the idea is
How many are there? Can we have that?
I could tell you.
Is there loads or?
Yeah, there's more than I would care to. There's one I know of that's a red herring. There's one red herring. Right? Now there's one red herring because the stipulation is this: that just because there might be two brothers that played for a Premier League club, they have to have made a competitive appearance. They can't have just been at a club; they have to have played.
Oh Jesus! So we're not getting that one.
Well, yeah. So is it?
What's that one?
You can't say. Well, there's one.
I've got an idea what that one could be. Actually, I think I might know what that one is.
I'm trying to because I had it on my phone this morning, and now my phone's decided to be a little bitch and glitch out. So
Are they brothers. Has he played a Premier
I've got
League?
3, but
I've got
dubious fourth.
3 as well.
I've got the dubious fourth, which I think is what he's talking about.
Can we make it so like I don't know? I was going to say, could we make it if we get 3 each, then we get 3 points for it.
I know, because I'm the same, because that's what I've said. Because if you've got like 7 each, it's like loads of points. I thought, right, the winner gets 5 points.
Right.
So, because he's in the lead, we're going to start with Cal. You're allowed to name one set of brothers, and then we go to Dom, and round we go until one of you gives up.
I'll help you out with the Neville brothers.
I didn't even write them down.
On this list I've got, it also gives you their Premier League appearances, and combined Premier League appearances. The Neville brothers are top with a combined 903 matches.
Okay. I'm going to go with. Sorry, I'll just put the feeding ducks on. I don't know what the last names are.
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say I need the names. I need their surname. Actually, you know what?
Well, it's one name. It's one.
Oh,
name.
I know who this is. Yeah.
And when you started, I was going to say I'll allow this, but I'll need this. I'll need because you could just say, the
if
Smith
it's who
brothers.
I think it is, who played for Man United, then I'll give him.
Yeah, and I heard
Raphael Fabio.
Yeah,
Raphael and Fabio.
You can't give him that.
Yeah.
I don't. And
they have last names.
What is it like? De Silva or something? Like, what is it?
Is it? Silva. Yeah.
I bet there's 15 last names.
What I will do, what I'm going to do as well, is I'm going to tick off so we don't double up. So
we won't. Honestly, I've got like 3 in it. I'm done, so you don't need to tick them off too.
I'm confident now. They keep coming into my head.
Oh shit! Really?
Getting there.
Right. So, Cal, who are you going for?
Sean and Matty Longstaff.
I had that one.
Great shout, Cal. You are correct.
That in.
Yeah, that's correct.
Martin and Marcus Olsen.
Great shout.
They were decent as well.
I'm sorry, you are correct, by the way. So I'm going to give you guys an extra few seconds because what I'm doing is I'm going to make sure that I just keep it over who says who as well. So I've
got 2 more.
Hang on,
you're going to win this then, I think.
Right, hang on. So you've just said Dom. His second one was Martin and Marcus Olsen. That is correct. So I'll put that there. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, Cal, your third brothers, please.
Colo.
Oh, yeah.
Colo. And Yaya Toure. Yeah, Colo and Yaya Toure.
That is correct. The boys from Man City and Arsenal / Liverpool.
If he says it, I'm done.
That's what I like about this. So, and they are the third. That might be an interesting indicator for you guys. So the Neville brothers are top with 903 combined, right? Colo and Yaya Toure are the third most mount appearances with a combined 584. So there's two brothers that are more popular than those two. So we now go to Dom.
I'll need a minute for this, I think. I'm guessing, Cal, you've got the second. Is that right?
I don't know if I've got this. No, I don't know any of these things. I just I thought Colo and Yaya would be second or first.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trying to think of players that you know, you're like, oh, is it the same? Oh, Jacob and Josh Murphy.
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay, so
Has he played Prem?
I'm sure they both.
Norwich.
They both for one was at Norwich, one was at.
Do you know what? Because there's so many, I might have to do a bit of I'm sure you. Well,
I don't know how I've put that one out.
Right with that. I think he's right.
Yeah, I don't know whether Josh has. I think one played. Well, one's in the Prem now, and then the other one played for Norwich, I believe. But I don't know whether did he play in the Prem.
I think he did.
Oh, I could have had like maybe 5-10 appearances.
Guys,
is it wrong?
That's correct, Dom. That is correct. I had to find they're 27th on the list, so I had to drag down quite a bit. But Jacob, yes, and Josh Murphy, they both played in the Premier League. So well done, Dom. Let me add them to the list because I don't think I've got them, to be honest. So
I cannot believe I've got that.
I'm struggling now. I've got one that I think is right, and then one that I'm not sure if it's right.
Okay, well,
and that's me, Dom.
Let's just quickly add this team because Dom's got them, so that's correct. So now we are on. Well, it doesn't really matter because one of you is going to lose anyway. So it doesn't matter. So Cal,
I've got a very contentious one, by the way.
Right, this is the one that I think is correct. The Ayew brothers, Andre and Jordan. Jordan Ayew. Is it Andre or Andre?
Yeah, that's correct.
Well done.
I will say this, boys. The first person to get it wrong loses as well. So you should, if you get one.
Well, my next one's a bit. Ooh.
I don't. I'm gonna. I've got one written down here, but I'm gonna leave it.
Go on. Well, yeah.
I need to think still again. Is there anyone with like a common name? I hope this is right because I don't know any others, and I hope he played a game for Man City in the Prem.
I did. I wrote this one off thinking that he wouldn't let it happen. I think it's right.
Sean and Bradley Wright Phillips.
Oh, you're gonna give him that? Is that right?
That is correct. Because Bradley Wright Phillips did play. I think I found it somewhere. He
1
played.
2. It must have been.
No, he actually. Well, he's got. Okay, I haven't got into it, but Bradley Wright Phillips has got 32 Premier League appearances.
Really? What?
Yeah.
When?
What?
According. Again. I'm putting all my faith in this one website.
Right, this is my one that I think I might lose on.
Oh, guys, I don't want to drag this out, but there's a couple that are fucking.
I know, but it's not in front of you, is it? So it's like.
I know. I'm not gonna. Yeah, but
right. This I because I think he became. I think he played games for this team after they'd gone down, and then he got summoned to the abyss, and then I met him at Bolton. Shola and Sammy Amiobi. Did he play in the Prem, Sammy? Did he?
Surely, yeah.
They both played.
How many games did Sammy Amiobi play in the Prem?
Let's have a look. He's on the list.
I don't think he.
53.
No, that's Shola in it. Shola.
No. Shola had 299 appearances.
Oh Jesus! Right.
I think I've got one.
Okay,
and it's a very contentious one.
I haven't ticked that off on one sec, so let me just tick that off. Gives you an extra few seconds.
I don't know. They're so young still, and they're both brothers. One's at Chelsea, and one's at Villa. Chukwuemeka. Oh no! I thought of another one. Just. Oh.
I need to.
Shit,
I'm using this.
I've just thought of another one. Oh my. I definitely know the other one's right as well. And in the oh my god, and I when I lose this, I'm going to say the other one, and I'm pretty sure that one's right.
I'm going to go. It's not on this list, so I'm going to have to do a bit of extra educating here. Who did you say it was? Sorry,
It's Chukwuemeka. He plays for Chelsea now. He used to play at Villa, didn't he?
Yeah, but the other one is at Villa, but I don't know whether he's good enough.
How do you pronounce the surname?
Chukwuemeka. You'll see it.
If you go to Chelsea team on Wikipedia, go to Chukwuemeka on the team sheet. But I've definitely got another one, which is very uniting. Fuck's sake.
All the ones I have, I know they've got brothers that I'm thinking are right.
Okay, so Dom,
yes,
you're saying Chukwuemeka now. Chukwuemeka has played in the Premier League.
Yeah,
as his brother.
And who's his brother?
He plays for Villa, but I don't know if.
So look here.
It's very. Oh wait, Southampton didn't score. Grimsby got a penalty.
Oh, so you're thinking of Caleb.
Yes.
Caleb Chukwuemeka. Now let's have a look here.
Don't think he has. I don't think he's good enough.
Hang on.
Please play one at the end of last season. That's you know what I mean. Like just throw him on for the last 5 minutes. I don't think he has though. No, his younger brother. His older. I think. Yeah.
Right.
I've got another one which is frustrating.
Right. Unfortunately, he has made an appearance for Aston Villa. However, it is not in the Premier League.
Well done, Cal.
And I have to be honest, I wanted to try and bend the rules. I realised that my red herring would be false. So, unfortunately, Dom, that's incorrect.
I've got another one as well. Cal, do you have another one?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to give Cal his points quickly just so I don't forget. But 1 sec.
9 points. This is to 0.
Yeah, 9-0.
I thought, and I'm sure he did. He must have done. I know Trevor has Nathaniel Chalobah brothers.
So look,
are they brothers?
Yeah.
I know. Jacob Ramsey has a brother.
Oh, is it called Aaron Ramsey?
Aaron Ramsey. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they both played as well. Which is when I said Chukwuemeka for Villa, I was like, Aaron. Oh, for fuck's sake! Aaron, Jacob. Oh, whichever one it was.
Let's have a look here if it's on my list. Yeah, Jacob and Aaron Ramsey are one.
Oh,
now I feel a bit bad, but I don't because I think I should have said this. However, if you guys are going to be shit out and say, "Oh, that would have changed things," then I'll be a little bit pissed off. One of the stipulations was I was going to allow half brothers.
I think Sean and Bradley are anyway.
Did Kevin Prince Boateng ever play in the Prem? Who
Yeah.
for?
With Portsmouth.
And Portsmouth.
Oh shit, yeah.
And
Jerome Boateng played for City, didn't he?
Yeah. So we can have a little bit of just for a couple of minutes. We can have a little laugh. Now, guys, with no pressure on it, who do you think would have been really number 2? You got the Nevilles at number 1, and you've got we just said.
Well, I'd have said Yaya and Kolo number 2.
Well, they were number 3. So number 2 was a little hint.
Can you give us a team? Or is it?
I'll give you a couple of teams: Man United and West Ham.
Oh, Ferdinand fucking.
Oh,
yeah, Anton and Rio Ferdinand.
That's really
in my head throughout the whole time, I had Johnny and Corey Evan, but the cousins, I think.
No, they're brothers.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Are they? I thought they were cousins.
No.
Oh, because they had the Colo chant as well. I thought they were cousins this whole time.
To give us, because I could go through them all, but to give us some interesting names, we've got Xabi and Mikel Alonso.
Wow, he played for Bolton, didn't he?
The one that really, there's one team. Well, there's 3 brothers, which I think is pretty cool. But 2 of them are brothers, and then the youngest one is a half brother. But the 2 brothers I was quite interested with. Gini Wijnaldum's brother played in the Premier League, but he didn't have the surname Wijnaldum.
Okay.
Gini Wijnaldum's brother is a guy called Rajiv Van Lapara.
Oh,
And he played
yeah.
Huddersfield.
Yeah,
Huddersfield,
yeah.
yeah. And Wolves.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he played as well. Oh,
That
they were
rings a
half brothers,
bell,
to be fair. Now, the one that gets me, which is quite mad, is Ruben Loftus-Cheek has two older half brothers called Leon and Carl Court.
What?
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 I know that. One played for Burnley, one played for Wolves, I think.
Yeah.
God.
Wolves, Newcastle, Wimbledon, and Chelsea for Loftus-Cheek. So
Oh
that's
my
that.
God.
There's
That's insane. I've lost 9-0, but I'm buzzing. Like, this is a quality fact.
This is such a cool.
I
Christian
ain't
Benteke came off, and his brother came on.
Yeah.
Mr. Jonathan Benteke came on for one game.
Fullback. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cal, I'm surprised you didn't mention one John Arnorisa. Because John Arnorisa's brother, Bjorn Helgreisa, they both played for Fulham at one point.
All right, that's good of him.
Yeah. There's one person here which I love is James and Adam Chambers. They both played for West Brom once, and that's when they lost 2-1 to Arsenal, and the manager brought on both brothers at the same time, and they lost 2-1, and that was their first and last ever appearance in the Premier League.
This list is mad. Lamana and Kazenga. Loa.
Oh,
yeah.
Wait, they're brothers. It's like 20 years apart. What the fuck?
Stefan and Luke Moore.
There's loads, and I thought it was a good.
I don't know. Morris. I have no idea who that guy. I know Luke Moore.
Michael and Will Keane. Jesus Christ, this is horrible.
My Tottenham hero,
Michael
Dawson. Michael Dawson's older brother, Andy Dawson. He played for Hull City. There's a few.
It's easy now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well done, Cal. On the nine swing deficit. So this will change to 14-5. Unbelievable.
I took a lead last time and it didn't do anything for me. So
that has been the quiz. Thank you very much, Charlie, for the. I've been fascinated by these facts, and honestly, we did. I think we did well to get the amount we did, and obviously we forgot about the Ferdinand one. I think that was probably the one we should have got. To be honest,
I'll tell you quickly, boys, what the red herring was. Now, just before we finish off, can either of you guess which red herring was?
I thought it was the Wright Phillips brothers.
No,
because I didn't know that.
No. What are they like cousins? Is it people? Is it?
No, I think Sean's adopted, isn't he?
Yes, I wouldn't have been that tight about that. But
oh no, I meant as in like the red herring. Are they cousins? Like
no, the red herring is two players in recent-ish history who went to the same club, but one of them had massive success. Who would only go to the club if the club signed his brother. And they signed his brother and then basically just loaned him out every single time. And he didn't make one competitive appearance for them.
That'll be Joe Bellingham next summer, that.
Well, Rookie Santa Cruz's brother signed for Blackburn and never made an appearance. So I was like, just could you just made one? I know that one.
Well,
and he's not as good looking as well.
This is a similar situation. Two brothers, one has gone on to massive success. Who can get it first? The brother has moved on to Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Oh, and the brothers. They have brothers.
Yeah. So the big superstar.
Oh, and Lucas Hernandez.
Nope.
No.
I was thinking maybe the
you might be right. It's just not the one I'm thinking of. So it's two brothers. The main brother signed and said, "I'll only sign for you if you bring my brother as well," and they did. The older brother went on to have a great success at this club in the Premier League, and then moved on to Real Madrid a couple of years ago. And his brother fell into a bit of nothingness, but still plays for the national team. To be fair, actually, they both play for the national team, so maybe that's wrong. But
from the Prem to Real Madrid a couple of seasons ago, Courtois.
You're along the right lines, but it's not Courtois. But think where Courtois was before.
Chelsea. Oh, Hazard. Oh, Hazard.
Trippier. Oh, Hazard. Yeah.
Oh, well, Fjordberg's all right, isn't he? Is he not better now?
Yeah.
No, probably is. Yeah.
So is it Torgan? Eden basically said, "I'll only come if you sign my brother," and they signed his brother, and he didn't make one competitive appearance for them. So.
I think they have a third called Killian. I might be right. Might be wrong. They have a third brother anyway. I'm not sure his name.
But that's it, boys. That was Red Herring, and that is the quiz for another week.
Thank you very much, Charlie. And yeah, absolutely. If you guys have any sort of questions for the quiz, then obviously talknonsensepod@outlook.com. And also, Charlie's got a Twitter now. I've seen him on Twitter. You're active, aren't you? So
at CJ Skeggs Music, that's me.
It will be in the description below, but we'll also like thread it across the bottom here if I can't remember at this point. I'm 9-0 down, so maybe not. But thank you very much, guys, for being on. This has been the podcast, the Talk Nonsense Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2. And we will see you all next week.
Cheers, next week. Cheers,
See you later.
Perfect.